Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Inshallah, we will start our revision for the final exam. Let's start with the first question. If f of x is equal to 3x plus 7, what is f dash of x? To get f dash, it's the derivative of f of x. So we'll start by getting the derivative of 3x, and it will be 3. If you have a coefficient beside x, the derivative will be this coefficient, and the derivative of 7, it will be 0. So the answer will be 3. Next one. F of x is equal to 5. What is f dash of x? Okay, if we have a constant, the derivative of the constant will be 0. So the answer will be C. Next one, we have a polynomial and we need to get the derivative. It's the same. We'll get the derivative of each one of them. To solve this one, we will use the power rule. If you have x power n and you need to get the derivative, you will multiply by the power, so it will be n, and then subtract 1, n minus 1. We will do the same here. We will multiply 3 by 4, so it will be 12, and then subtract 1 from 3, it will be 2. The same here. 2 times 2 is 4, so it will be negative 4, and then subtract 1 from 2, it will be 1, and then the derivative of x, we agree that it will be the coefficient of x, which is 1, and the derivative of negative 7, it will be 0. So the answer will be 12x squared minus 4x plus 1. Next one. Okay, I'm sorry for this one. This one, the correct answer is not here, so we will solve it together inshallah, and we will see what's the correct answer. At first, this is a multiplication of two functions, so we will get the derivative of the first and we'll keep the second the same, and then we will add the derivative of the second multiplied by the first function. To do it and to make it easy for us, we'll make an addition and then 4 brackets, 2 before the addition sign and 2 after the addition sign. Let's keep this one the same at the first bracket, and let's keep this function the same at the last bracket. And then we have x squared. Let's get the derivative of cosine x. It will be negative sine x. And we have cosine x. Let's get the derivative of x squared. It will be 2x. Okay. You can the next step will be simplifying this. You have to do it. So it will be negative times x squared. It will be negative x squared sine x, and then plus 2x cosine x. And as I told you, the correct answer is not here, so this is the correct answer. Next one. You have a polynomial. It's not a polynomial, sorry. It's you have an expression consists of a power. You will use a power rule here, and you will get the derivative of sine here. So at first, let's solve this one. Multiply 2 by 3, it will be 6, and then subtract 1 from 2, it will be power 1, and then the derivative of sine, it will be cosine, so it will be cosine x, so it will be letter A. Next one. Also, we have a product of two functions, so we'll use the product rule. We will open 2 brackets and then the addition sign, and then we will open another 2 brackets. The first function, keep it in this first bracket. The second function adds a last bracket. Okay, cosine x. Get the derivative of cosine x, negative sine x, and get the derivative of e power x. It will be the same. Let's take e power x as a common factor. So you can multiply them at first, of course, so you can make it negative times e power x. It will be negative e power x sine x, and then plus e power x cosine x. The last step is taking e power x as a common factor, so you will have negative sine x plus cosine x, which is the same as e power x times cosine x minus sine x. So we will take this one. Okay, next one. Let's move up. Yes. Okay. To solve this one, it's the same. We can get the derivative of each one. Unlike x power 3, it will be 3, and then x power 2 using the power rule. Ln of x, it will be 1 over x. E power x, it will be the same, e power x. So search for this one. It will be letter B. Okay. Next, this one, actually it's a product of two functions, ln of x and e power x. To do it, open 4 brackets, between them addition sign. Let's write ln of x here, e power x here. Let's get the derivative of e power x. It will be the same. let's get the derivative of ln x. It will be 1 over x, and then let's make a simplification step. So a simplifying step, it will be e power x ln x plus 1 times e power x. It will be e power x over x. And you can take e power x as a common factor if you need to do so, and it will be e power x ln x plus 1 over x. You can write it either in these ways. Let's move to the next one. F of x is equal to 3 fourth root of x power 3 minus 1 over x power 3 plus 5 over x, and we need to get the derivative. At first, let's write it on the power rule form. So this one, it will be 3, and you have a radical and a power, so we'll make it x 3 over 4, so it will be power 3 over 4 minus this one. Let's move it up there, so it will be negative 3, and this one is the same. Let's make it x power negative 1. Okay, and then we will get the derivative of all of this, so we will multiply to get the derivative. We will use the power rule in the first one, so it will be 3 over 4 times this 3, which will be 9 over 4, and then subtract 1, it will be negative 1 over 4. We'll do the same here, so it will be plus negative 3 times negative 1, it will be positive 3. Negative 3 minus 1, it will be negative 4. Do the same here, it will be negative 5. Negative 1 times 5, it will be negative 5. And then negative 1 minus 1, it will be negative 2. The last step, you will simplify all of this. So the first one will have a negative power, so it will be in the denominator, so it will be 9 over 4, and x power 4th is down there in the denominator, but power 4th, it is the same as the 4th root, so we will write it as the 4th root of x. And about this one, we have a negative power, so make it numerator and denominator, so it will be 3, and this one only x power 4. It will be down in the denominator with the opposite sign, and this one 5x power 2, and this is your final answer. Next, okay, we have a problem in this part, so we'll fix it first. So it will be f of x is equal to 8 sine x, keep it the same, negative 5 e power x, and plus 2, this one, we'll move it up in the numerator, it will be negative 5. And then we will get the derivative. F dash of x is equal to derivative of sine, it will be cosine, so it will be 8 cosine x. This one will be the same, negative 5 e power x, and this one negative 10. Negative 5 minus 1, it will be negative 6. The last step is a simplifying step. In this part, we will make it 8 cosine x minus 5 e power x, and then negative 10 over x power 6. Okay, we will put it in the denominator because it's a negative sign. Next one, we have a problem here, so we'll fix it first. It will be f of x equal to negative 9 x squared. This one will make it the power over the radical, so it will be 2 times x 1 over 5 fifth root minus 7 sine x. Now it's ready to get the derivative of this one, so it will be, use the power rule, it will be negative 18 x, 2 minus 1 is 1, and then 2 times fifth, it will be 2 over 5 minus 1, it will be x negative 4 over 5, and then negative 7 cosine x. We will make a simplifying step, so it will be negative 18 x plus a negative power, it means it will go to the denominator, and of course we have a power, and the index of the radical, so the power will be 4, and it will be a fifth root because it's 4 over 5, and then minus 7 cosine x. We're done here. To get the derivative of this one, actually it's very easy. The derivative of sine is cosine, and the derivative of cosine is negative sine, so it will be negative times negative is positive, so it will be sine x. Cosine x plus cosine x will be letter 1, letter A. Next one, find what is the average rate of change of h of x equal to 1 over 10 minus x over the interval x is between 8 and 5, bigger than or equal to 5 and smaller than or equal to 8. So at first, the average rate of change is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we already have the x values. We have 8 and we have 5. Up there we have to get f of 8 and f of 5. Okay, so at first, how to get f of 8? We will plug 8 here. So it will be 1 over 10 minus 8, which is equal to 1 over 2. And how to get f of 5? It's the same, plug 5 here, so it will be 1 over 10 minus 5, which is equal to 1 over 5. And then use these values and plug it into your rule. So you will have a half minus a fifth over 8 minus 5. Okay, this one it will be 5 over 10, 2 over 10, so it will be 3 tenths over 3, which is 0.1 or 1 over 10. Okay, next one, we need the average rate of change over the of f of x equal to 9 over x plus 4 over the interval 5 is a closed interval 5 and 14. We will do the same. Average rate of change is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is equal to, here's 14 minus 5, so we need to get f of 14 minus f of 5. So how to get f of 14? You will plug it into your function, so it will be 14 plus 4, which is 1 over 2. And to get f of 5, it will be the same, 9 over 5 plus 4, which is 1. So we'll plug our numbers here, so it will be 14 minus 5, and it will be half minus 1, negative half over 9, so it will be negative 1 over 18. Okay, next one, check it again, half 1, okay, negative half, this one is 9, and okay, this one, which x value the function has a jump discontinuity? At first, the function is discontinuous at -2 and at 4, but which one of them is a jump discontinuity? This one is a jump discontinuity. It's like you jumping from one point to the other. So at x equal to -2. Okay, next one. At which x value the function f has an infinite discontinuity? Infinite. Okay, this function is discontinuous at 3 values of x, at -3 and at -1 and at 6. So about infinite discontinuity, it will be -1 because one of the sides is going to infinity, the other one is going to negative infinity. So either ways, if any of the two sides of the function is going to infinity or negative infinity, it will be infinite discontinuity. So it will be at x equal to -1. Next one, removable discontinuity. Okay, this function is discontinuous at -6. It's a negative infinite discontinuity. Also at -2, infinite discontinuity, but removable. It's at x is equal to 4. It's like you removed only one point from the graph. So if you remove one point, it's irremovable. So it will be at x equal to 4. Okay, next one. Not differentiable. Okay, actually this function is not differentiable at -5 because it's discontinuous. If it was discontinuous, it's not differentiable, and that x is equal to -4, and that x equal to 0 because we have a tip here, a sharp part here, and we already know the explanation of this part. So it will be at -4 and at -5 and at 0. So x is equal to -5, x is equal to -4, and x is equal to 0. Also, this one asking for the point that the function is not differentiable. Of course, at -2 because of two reasons. It's discontinuous and you have a sharp tip here. So at x is equal to -2, and this one because we have a sharp tip here, so it will be at x is equal to, and actually also this one, because you have a vertical tangent at x is equal to 4. Okay, of course vertical tangent, the derivative of vertical tangent is not defined. We need to estimate f dash of 5, okay, and we have some choices here. At first, to estimate f dash of 5, we will come to this one and we will draw slope. Okay, you can draw it with your ruler for a better estimation. Okay, the slope of this line, a tangent line, the slope of the tangent line, it's a positive because it's from the left to the right is going up, so it will be 2 or 0.1. But which one of them? Okay, you can draw a right angle triangle. Do it like this. It must be a right angle triangle. Okay, and then you compare the length, vertical length and horizontal length. Okay, it's obvious the y length, the y part is bigger than the x part, and you know this, the slope of any tangent, it will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I know this, the numerator will be bigger than the denominator. It will be something, the numerator will be bigger than the denominator. So it will be bigger than 1. Okay, so it cannot be 0.1, it will be 2, it will be a whole number. So if the y part is bigger, it will be a whole number. If the x part is bigger, it will be a decimal or a fraction. If you need to calculate it accurately, you will count the squares. Count the squares up here and down there. So I think here will be 6 squares, and there will be 3, so it will be 6 over 3, which is equal to 2. If you need to get an estimation for it, if you don't have choices. But right now we have choices, just compare the lengths of y part and x part. Okay, next one. The same, we need the derivative at g dash of 2. We will do it like this. Draw a tangent and get the derivative of this tangent. It's obvious it will be a positive number, and also it's obvious the y part, it will be bigger than the x part. So it will be a positive whole number. Let's search for a positive whole number, it will be 3. Okay, next one. The same, let's get the derivative of this line, so we will draw a tangent line like this. So it's negative. But what about the estimation? We will make a right angle triangle. Okay, in this case, the y part is smaller than the x part. If the y part is smaller than the x part, we expect this, it will be a fraction smaller than 1. So it will be a negative decimal number, or negative fraction, which is negative third. And if you want to calculate it accurately, you will count the squares. Or you can take 2 points on the graph and estimate them. Alhamdulillah, we finished our revision, and if you have any question, please send it to me. Thank you.